Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a topic that affects pretty much everyone at some point, and that is the true, actual cost of renting a home. We've gathered data from various highly reliable sources, most notably bonglamart.com and hotels.com BD, to really dig into the details of furnished serviced apartment rentals. Because, whether you're a local professional, a busy family, or an international visitor, finding the right place involves a ton of math. But what if the math we usually do is just entirely wrong? Let's evaluate the bottom line cost of renting, specifically focusing on furnished serviced apartments in Dhaka's premier neighborhood, Bashundhara R.
Okay, let's dive into this. When you're scrolling through property listings, what's the literal first thing you look at? The monthly rent, right? I mean, it's totally logical. We see a low base rent and think, wow, I found a fantastic deal. But we really have to ask, is that supposedly budget-friendly apartment actually quietly draining your wallet? It's what I like to call the iceberg illusion of renting. The base rent? That's just the tip visible above the water. But there is a massive, invisible chunk of expenses just lurking beneath the surface.
And that brings us directly to this absolute gut punch of a quote straight from our sources. Rent is only part of the total cost. We need to completely shatter the illusion that a lower base rent automatically equals a better financial deal. Because the second you sign that lease and step through the door of your affordable new place, reality sets in. The meter starts running on a whole host of secondary expenses that you probably didn't factor into your initial monthly budget.
Check this out. On one hand, we have what you see, that clean, simple, attractive base rent number. But the reality is what you pay. Notice how fast that simple number balloons when you add in utilities, the cost of furniture, and the ongoing, never-ending grind of maintenance. These are the stealth expenses. They don't announce themselves when you're touring the apartment, but they will absolutely quietly drain your bank account month after month if you aren't looking beneath the surface.
Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is our first major trap, the furniture money pit.
I want you to just imagine for a second, standing in the middle of a brand new, entirely empty apartment. It echoes when you talk. And then, bam, the reality hits you. You need a bed and a mattress just to go to sleep tonight. You need wardrobes, you need a sofa, a dining table, a refrigerator so your food doesn't go bad, a microwave, curtains for basic privacy, and literally all the kitchen equipment just to make yourself a cup of coffee. Even if you hunt for budget-friendly bargains, buying all this stuff requires a massive, overwhelming, upfront financial investment, not to mention the sheer exhaustion of having to go out and shop for it all. But contrast that empty box with this reality. Fully furnished equals zero upfront investment. Service apartments remove this enormous financial and logistical burden completely. When you walk in, the bed is already made, the couch is ready, the fridge is plugged in, everything is just ready to use. You instantly save yourself from dropping thousands of dollars on day one, you save weekends lost to furniture shopping, and you completely avoid the absolute nightmare of hiring movers to haul bulky items when your lease eventually ends. Moving on to layer 2 of our iceberg, the utility setup headache.
Oh, this one is painful. Here is the agonizing, multi-step process traditional renters face. Step 1. You're applying for electricity, gas, and water all through totally different providers. Step 2. Every single one of those providers wants their own separate security deposit. Boom, surprise fees right out of the gate. Step 3. You are stuck at home, scheduling and waiting for multiple installation technicians to hopefully show up. And Step 4, negotiating and locking yourself into long-term internet and cable contracts. It is an incredibly time-consuming process that leaves you stressed out before you've even unpacked a single box. Now, contrast that massive headache with this reality right here. Just one single monthly payment. That represents the absolute relief of a fully furnished, serviced apartment. Instead of juggling a half-dozen different utility bills and providers, you make exactly one payment. All your essential utilities are pre-installed. That high-speed Wi-Fi you need for your Zoom calls or streaming Netflix, it's literally up and running the second you walk through the door. It is the ultimate convenience.
Next up, we have Section 3, Maintenance and Daily Chores. In a traditional rental, you are constantly on the hook for a tedious list of chores and surprise repairs. Your air conditioning needs routine servicing, which is absolutely crucial in Dhaka's climate. Or, say a pipe leaks unexpectedly. The washing machine just gives up and stops spinning. Suddenly, you're the one who has to find a reliable technician, arrange for them to come over, and pay entirely out of pocket. And let's not forget the daily grind of hiring regular cleaners or constantly buying expensive cleaning supplies. It's a slow, steady drain of both your time and your cash.
But here's the alternative. In a service apartment, maintenance support and regular housekeeping are simply included in the package. If the AC breaks, guess what? It's not your headache. Management handles it. Plus, you get fresh linens and routine cleaning provided for you. For busy professionals or families juggling a million different responsibilities, the value of having someone else manage the upkeep of your home is just immeasurable. It literally gives you your weekends back.
Let's look at Section 4. Why Bashundhara R specifically?
Living in Bashundhara R is a highly strategic choice. It's essentially a self-contained ecosystem. You have high security, top-tier schools and universities, premier hospitals, amazing shopping centers and restaurants, all situated right around thriving business hubs. So why does this matter for your budget? Because living in a highly accessible, well-connected neighborhood means you are spending significantly less time sitting in Dhaka traffic and significantly less money on daily transportation. Your daily necessities are literally right at your doorstep.
Which brings us to Section 5, the smart real value.
And this brilliantly illustrates the bottom line when we put them side by side. A traditional apartment demands constant extra output. Furniture purchases, utility setup fees, unexpected maintenance, and routine housekeeping. These are all required, separate expenses. But with a fully furnished serviced apartment, it's a completely different story. Furniture? Included. Utility setup? Included. Maintenance? Covered. Housekeeping and Wi-Fi? Included. When you actually sit down and weigh all of these factors, it proves that the real value goes far, far beyond just that initial base rent.
So the crucial takeaway from all our sources today is this. Choosing a fully furnished serviced apartment isn't just about indulging in luxury or treating yourself. It is a highly practical life hack. You combine all of your living necessities into a single, predictable, stress-free arrangement. It completely shields you from those hidden, unpredictable costs of setting up and running a home from scratch.
Which brings us to a final, provocative thought I want to leave you with today. Look at your own living situation right now, or the one you're currently planning. Are you ready to stop paying for hidden headaches? Are you ready to rethink your rental strategy and choose a path that actually respects your time, your sanity, and ultimately, your wallet?
If you are looking for a fully furnished serviced apartment in Bashundhara R, Dhaka, let REIT-Limited help you find the perfect place to call home. You can give them a call directly at +880-1711-993377 or simply check out their website at hotels.com/BD to see what's available. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, here's to making smarter, stress-free living choices.